Mike White's comedy drama, which at times borders on cringe horror, was a breakout success during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic as the White Lotus took an all-star cast to a beautiful Hawaiian resort and let them unleash their worst, most privileged impulses. Hello there, viewers. Today, we'll share with you the shocking facts about the White Lotus. So stay tuned and let's dive into it right now. The series, which was originally slated as a one-season miniseries, has been so successful from the get-go that it was quickly renewed for a second season and is officially coming back for a third. The first season takes place in Hawaii, the second in Italy, and there's no limit as to where the Mike White created series can go. The series is a riff on Upstairs Downstairs for modern tastes, at least partially inspired by the Odyssey's Lotus Eaters, who apathetically indulge instead of facing reality and mostly live in a state of perpetual bliss. Storyline aside, there are tons of facts that we didn't know about the Emmy Award-winning series, and we're pretty sure you all would be just as delighted to hear them. HBO had 3 conditions for making the show. When COVID hit, HBO's head of drama Francesca Orsi contacted Mike White, who had previously co-created the critically acclaimed 2-season series Enlightened for HBO, to see if he had an idea for a show that could be made under the new filming restrictions. White immediately thought of doing a show in Hawaii, but there were 3 conditions to moving forward. It had to be set at a single location, it had to be safe, and each episode had to be made for less than $3 million. He told the New York Times of the thought process behind the series. I should just do a show about people on vacation who have money and how money is impacting all of their relationships. Thus, the panoramic claustrophobia of the White Lotus was born. Whales could be a distraction while shooting in Hawaii. Nature is one of the challenges of shooting a project in Hawaii. The horror, no? When discussing the memory-seared moment of Tanya scattering ashes on a boat, Natasha Rothwell, who played Belinda in Season 1, gushed about the experience. She gave credit to her co-stars Coolidge and Murray Bartlett, who also said the scene was amazing because of the giant creatures who kept interrupting the takes. Rothwell told a Hollywood Reporter, "I'm trying to be in the scene, but there's a whale breaching, and it was just magical. It was unreal." Mike White wrote Jennifer Coolidge's character specifically for her, but she almost turned the show down. What a mistake that would have been. As is often the case with Jennifer Coolidge, her character, Tanya McCoy, became such a standout among a cast of standouts in the first season that she and John Grice, who plays her husband, Greg, are the only 2 actors to return for the second season. White crafted the character of Tanya with Coolidge in mind, a fact that she found both flattering and a little mocking. But her pandemic routine made her question whether she could go through with it. Just a minute there, guys. If you're enjoying this video, then do hit us up with a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to smash that notification bell to stay up to date with our latest content. Steve Zahn had to approve his prosthetic penis. In Season 1, Zahn's character is dealing with a rather painful issue in his nether regions, which required some nudity. When White showed Zahn the prosthetic they had planned for the shoot, Zahn said, "Yeah, that'll do," although he also jokingly lamented using the appendage for the infamous shot. Zahn told the Wrap, "I come from the old school where we were actually naked when we're naked. It also apparently took 2 hours of makeup to get the prosthetic to look right, but it was a body double doing all the hard work since Zahn's face wasn't in the shot." Zahn's character shared at least one major similarity to White. Zahn's character, Mark, always thought his father died of cancer, but learns during one episode that he was a closeted gay man who died of AIDS. The character concept shares some similarities with White's own father, Mel White, an evangelical pastor who wrote speeches for Pat Robertson, Jerry Falwell, and Billy Graham, and came out of the closet in the 1980s. But unlike Mike's dad, White's father is alive and even joined his son on The Amazing Race in 2009. When White won 3 Emmy Awards for The White Lotus, he dedicated them to his mom and dad. White is not comfortable shooting sex scenes. While The White Lotus is packed with sex scenes, perhaps even more in the second season, White admitted to NPR that he's highly uncomfortable when directing them. He said, "As a director, I'm very timid about asking people to undress and get into sexual situations. It's not my wheelhouse. There were definitely times on the shoot that I was like, what have I got myself into? My threshold for awkwardness is very low." Haley Lou Richardson kind of stalked Plaza before they were cast on the show. Haley Lou Richardson, who plays Coolidge's put-up assistant Portia, admitted to Jimmy Kimmel that before they were co-stars, Richardson was one of Plaza's crazed fans, so much so that she ended up finding a way to get an invite to Plaza's birthday party, which was a pretty private affair. Richardson recalled, "I showed up at her birthday party, and it was an intimate invite-only party, and she saw me across the bar, and she said, 'You,' and walked away, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me." Well, while we're waiting for Season 2, how many of these facts did you already know? Do let us know in the comments section below.